doesn't rhyme, but one of these days soon we'll be seeing you. And meantime, this is Bob Hope thanking you for those letters to command performance.
Now there's a familiar voice, and you know we used to really pay attention to these radios. I mean, that was not just audible wallpaper. In the early television sets, we really watched them. They were more than electronic furniture. Now they're all empty. The faces and voices that made these come to life are also things that aren't here anymore. Seemed to me we should pay attention to some important people of Los Angeles. The first live televised dancing show originated in the Santa Monica Ballroom, and the orchestra leader was a fellow named Donnell Clyde Cooley.
Spade Cooley!
A fiddler who was also a real violinist, Cooley added strings and complicated arrangements to all those guitars, and before long, country and western music moved out of the hayloft and into the living room. Spade Cooley became known as the king of western swing, and he was the king.
Everyone watched the Spade Cooley Show. And he was by hour, I mean West Coast. He was the West Coast edition of Ed Sullivan. There was no competition for him on Saturday nights.
While Spade Cooley may have been the first Los Angeles television star, he was also a falling star. In a few years, champagne music drowned out the western swing. Lawrence Welk became king of the TV hill. A troubled career, trouble with the bottle, a troubled marriage, a troubled man. Maybe you remember.
He had separated from his wife because she finally got to the point where she couldn't take his drinking and his temper. And he'd gone up to the house, I guess to see her, and was drunk. And they got into a fight, and he killed her.
But that was not the end. There were still a few bars of music left in the song of Spade Cooley. Years later, he was given a temporary leave so he could perform at a sheriff's benefit concert.
He was out on the stage, and people were cheering. He walked off the stage and was backstage, and he says, well, I guess I'm back. And they're yelling and stamping. He walked towards the stage, grabbed the curtain, had a heart attack, and died, with the cheers of the audience and the applause in his ears.
If nothing else, Spade Cooley was able to fulfill his last wish. He didn't die in prison, but he'll forever be known as our first television tragedy. If you listened to radio and watched enough television, you were bound to hear this voice, a real madman, our greatest used car dealer. Remember Madman Muntz and all those crazy TV commercials?
From the factory, it's priced so low, but the quality is tops in Muntz TV.
Earl Muntz was among the first super salesmen, a tireless promoter, a major manufacturer, and a genuine inventor. Put them all together, they spell phenomenon.
Other products were sold by announcers. This man sold his own products.
There's something about a Muntz TV.
Madman Muntz was more than a raucous pitchman. First he sold used cars, but then he made his own cars. Remember the Muntz Jet? And then he manufactured his own television sets. He not only coined the term TV, he named his daughter TV.
The idea wasn't, though, I think, buying a new television. It was buying something that Madman Muntz was selling.
Later, Muntz developed 8-track tape decks, and before he died in 1987, he was working on cellular phones. But more than anything else, Madman Muntz invented the Los Angeles way of life. But early Los Angeles television did more than unleash colorful commercials.
I'm Joe Piner. The action starts here in just a moment.
It uncorked Vox Pop, the voice of the people, the ordinary guy with something to say or nothing to say and somebody to talk to.
You've done all the talking. How much more time do you want?
I want enough time to explain the difference between church and religion.
How much? How much?
Until you're convinced.
In that case, take a walk now. We'll be back to the dock after these words.
Joe Pyne was an early excitement on television. In the mid-'60s, he came along, an acerbic talk show host, ultra-conservative, who would be very, very rude to his guests. He'd tell them to put your teeth in backwards and chew out your throat.
Joe Pyne was a chain-smoking Marine Corps vet with 4 World War II ribbons and 1 leg as a result. And every day on the air, he was still doing battle.
We want to show our gratitude. He will present you with a ticket to an earthquake, and I'll be right back to the dock.
Joe Pyne was biased and belligerent, clever and charming, but most of all, he started the whole television temper tantrum. Every talk show today should pay him a little royalty.
Reservation.
While early television often served up the outrageous, it was also beginning to provide something more objective, the news.
He says he doesn't understand. Okay, thanks very much, Ivan.
More than any other newsman, Clete Roberts invented the image of the TV anchorman, the trench-coated adventurer with a microphone in anybody's face on any old subject.
If the camera will come now over to my right.
Roberts was one of the first high-flying, globe-trotting television field reporters. He was really Indiana Jones with a camera.
All right, we're going to move our camera back and get it out of the way. We're in that embarrassing position of being in the way before the firemen are.
He traveled to the world's hot spots, bringing the day's events directly to our living rooms, and for years, we relied on him as the man who always had the big story.
But I remember one night, he was doing a newscast, and he had earlier in the day gone out on a story interviewing a woman whose child had just been shot. And of course, she was very, very upset, and he was right there with the microphone, grilling her on the circumstances. And as soon as the interview was over, they came back to him live on camera, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, that was a terrible thing I just did, the way I treated that woman, and I promise you, I will never do anything like that again."
Clete Roberts here. Tonight, these 2 stories. This week, Los Angeles...
Clete Roberts' career spanned nearly 50 years, and his last assignment was right here on KCET. You say you were too young to follow the news back then?
Mr. Leprechaun, if you're ready, would you fly us away? Ring-a-ding-ding.
Well, I bet Hobo Kelly explained it all.
Come on now, laugh and be happy, and the world will laugh with you. When
or maybe it was Sheriff John.
They can't help smiling too.
A whole generation of kids got their first lessons, their first commandments, their first values, not just from Mom and Dad, but from the tube.
Welcome to the Roundhouse to 2 brand new engineers. There you are, and here comes Casey. Now,
and the man who really put us on the right track was the fellow wearing the railroad cap and running the trains, Engineer Bill.
Green light, red light, red light, green light.
Remember red light, green light?
Red light, green light. Oh!
This was a live program. No backing up or cutting out your mistake. It lived with you through the show. My measure of success of a show was whether I could open up the personality of the child that I had with me as my guest, my co-engineer. And if I could do that, man, I'd go home, great show.
You really wanted to be good for these guys. You really wanted to behave for these guys. It's like if you did good for Engineer Bill or Sheriff John, you knew you did something good that day.
all aboard!
But in 1966, the milk ran out and the Cartoon Express reached the end of the line. When today's kids go channel surfing, they'll find that Engineer Bill has left the station.